The Albanese government has made a last-minute extension to a humanitarian visa program for displaced Ukrainians. Joining me is the co-chair of the Australian Federation of Ukrainian Organisations, Stefan Romaniw. Stefan, I think we've got you back now. Thank you for joining us. Without this visa, what does it mean for Ukrainians who want to seek refuge in Australia?
Look, I think we just need to put a bit of context into this. The extension, basically what it does is allows people to nominate to apply for the visa extension. So we have there's a bit of an anomaly in all this. We have people who are here, and over 3,000 have already applied and have expressed interest. Those that haven't, and there's about 100 that didn't, we understand why. But our concern more was the fact that there are many in Ukraine who still want to come here after July 31. So we've had that a very good conversation with Minister Giles. Minister Giles understands that many of those that are still in Ukraine will be family reunion. Those ones will have to be looked at separately. And we're now, I think, finding a solution to a problem which existed and now I think slowly is moving away. We did a survey. We've got about 500 people who have put up their hands in Ukraine or have family here, and are saying, look, I can't get to Ukraine to Australia because I'm fighting. Young men between 18 and 60 can't get to Australia at this point in time. So we're having those conversations, but I think we'll find a solution to it. And there's also a budgetary issue here. Obviously, Minister Giles needs to go to Cabinet and to Treasury to find more funds to continue this program.
Can you tell us what solutions are potentially being discussed here beyond that July deadline?
Well, the conversation we're having is the fact that there are people who have not been able to get here by July 31. That means that there are people who, as I said, might be fighting, might be having problems getting their airfares together. Some of those are travelling across the country to get to a place where they can, whether it's Warsaw or Vienna. But I think we'll find a solution to that because I think the government is open to conversation. The issue is how many more people will Australia be allowed to come in? And keep in mind, we have 8,000 visas that have been issued and only 3,000 or 3,800 have been accepted. So there's room for movement. But the important thing in these situations is that there's open dialogue, and we're having that open dialogue as we did with the previous government.
You mentioned a survey has been conducted with about 500 Ukrainians intending to come to Australia. What have you found? What are they telling you?
Well, they're telling us that basically they want to come. A lot of those will be family reunion. Keep in mind, most of the people here, 50% of the people who've arrived are young mothers, about 30 to 40% are children. Their partners, fathers, brothers can't come because obviously they're fighting. And there are others who have, for example, elderly parents, and they're making arrangements for them to come. So we've assessed the situation. We've given that information to the Minister and suggested that we continue to have that conversation. But at the moment, we have about 3,700 or 3,800 here. We're dealing with them in terms of working with government agencies and also the community in different states and territories are looking after it. For example, this evening, we're having a meet and greet here in Melbourne. Tomorrow, we're having a mass rally in Canberra. Twofold. One, 8th anniversary of MH17, and the second one is the fact that Russian aggression is, and we'll continue to oppose that and call for the expulsion of Russian diplomats out of Australia.
Well, that was going to be my next question. The Ukrainian ambassador has called on the Albanese government to eliminate any presence that Russia has in Australia. Would you like to see Australia go further?
Yeah, look, we've written to the Prime Minister on that. We just reminded the Prime Minister that in opposition, he made the point that if he wasn't going to start with the ambassador, that there are enough Russian diplomats here that need to be expelled. And in actual fact, today we wrote a letter to the Prime Minister about that, that he should consider seriously doing that, because you see what's happening in Ukraine at the moment, and I think your report is right. There is no safe place in Ukraine. Whether it's north, south, east or west, missiles are flying. In your previous commentary, you had the ambassador, the Russian ambassador in the UK, and how somebody can look down a camera and lie that in terms of war crimes, that he's now accusing Ukraine of war crimes. I mean, you know, it's ludicrous. They can't lie straight in bed. And the fact is, the world needs to stand up. This war is continuing. There are hundreds of people dying every day. Why? Because of Russian aggression. I've just come back from I've just come back from Bucha, from those places. I've met with the people there. I was with the Prime Minister in Kyiv. And I think one of the things that the Prime Minister said was that once he saw the mass destruction and he saw the people's faces, he now understands how desperate this situation is. And that's why Australia will continue to support Ukraine.
Stefan, Romaniw, we do have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.